She just had 2 kids.
That seems to be the way that shit is going, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really see any happy stories
with
the
people,
Fetty
with the Fetty, with the meth, the coke.
Yeah. Well, I've seen people come off of coke. You know what I mean?
Well, I just mean nowadays. I'm talking about like right now with the coke. I wouldn't do no coke. Just because
I wouldn't either.
Because there might be a 16% chance that there's fentanyl in it or something. You know what I mean? Just because like that's where it's at right now.
It is. That's exactly where it's at.
And I'm somebody who came from a Native American family who grew up and had a lot of my family decimated and are gone because of drugs. You know what I mean? Whether it be heroin,
that shit is crazy,
meth,
man.
And
like that shit is really, really crazy to me. Like how people
like I could go like maybe 10, 15 people in my family are gone just because of either drugs or alcohol related incidents. This isn't talking about just like, you know, freak accidents or like, you know, going out. Like my grandma went out in a freak accident, slipped and hit her head in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? Because as old people get older, they're not being able to be mobile. And I'm in a situation where I'm taking care of an older person who's got one leg and a traumatic brain injury and all these other things, and trying to provide something that none of her kids are going to want to provide her with. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, if I can't find my own housing, I don't really have too much of a choice if I want to stay warm.
Right.
And I might as well be doing something nice. I might as well be doing something for my family.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because as far as women go, man, it's always best to not mess with women until you figure it out yourself. In my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I just learned this because I just spent 9 years in a relationship, and you know, I'm not trying to blame her or anything like that, because in all honesty, it would have been a lot better had I just acknowledged the fact that I just went through a traumatic experience and I need to heal and figure things out before I go around anybody. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I was also in that same situation where I was just like uncomfortable where I was staying at. You know what I mean? So it was just like, do I stay here in this uncomfortable situation even though it's, you know, where I can stay, or should I go over here with her and figure out things with her and get things going? You know what I mean? And try to see where we go with this. You know what I mean? And I'm 30 years old. I just spent 9 years with a woman. Like that's loyalty. And throughout the relationship, yes, I worked at the casino. I was getting hit on by older women all the time. You know, I was in situations where I could have cheated on my girl but never did. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I had been tempted multiple times. Okay? And I will admit, I did end up kissing and hugging one girl, but I wasn't expecting like too much from that. You know what I mean? Because she was already known as, you know, a doorknob.
A doorknob.
Hey, you know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, this is not what I don't want shit to do with this, okay? I went way too far with you, but like I'm not going any further with you. Like, you can move around. I'm going back over here. But I got caught with that because her cousin came around at work and saw her hug me, so he told on me. He ran home to his girl because his girl was a big girl, right? His girl was a big girl and he was a skinny dude, so like he had to tell on me type shit. And that caused a situation, but ultimately we had gotten past it. But I had spent 9 years working through all these issues and problems, and it wasn't until my mental health, my mental health hit an all-time low, is when I had to sit there and say, I really need to separate and isolate. Because when your mental health hits a certain point, and where mine had hit multiple times, and I'm a survivor, I'm not a victim. You know what I'm saying? I survived shit I shouldn't have. I'm proud of that. You know what I mean? That's only through the mercy of God.
For sure.
For point blank period.
For sure.
And I don't know why. I just know that every day I'm thankful. Every day I try to get closer to something, right?
For real.
But I try to stay away from the stupid shit.
For sure. For
you know
sure.
what I mean? So like the stupid shit can stay over there.
Yeah, bro.